Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a homeowner Q&A for you guys. I asked you guys to ask me questions about my overall journey, my process, and pretty much how I got to where I am today. So without further ado, let's hop right into today's video. Okay, so the first question that I got was, how was the process for you overall? Overall, I don't know, it's kind of hard to say, but I think my process was a mixture of smooth, a mixture of anxiety, a mixture of just all the emotions, honestly. I did felt like my process may have been longer than I wanted it to be. The hardest part for me in this process has just been finding the place, but like all the back end things like paperwork, getting verified, all that was like a walk in the park. The next question is, how did you go about finding the right realtor for you? How did you know you could trust them? I've heard too many scary stories. For me, my cousin's actually my realtor, so I decided to keep it in the family. She was someone that I already like could trust, and someone that I knew could like help me in a way that like other realtors I feel like wouldn't, you know, in a sense. Because I feel like when you go kind of outside, well, for me at least, if I was to find a different realtor, I feel like they would have to get to know me personally, like what I like, what I don't like, versus like my cousin who kind of had an understanding of like me and knew me. The next question is, were closing costs, HOA fees, etc. all explained to you prior? And how long was the process itself? So in the beginning of my process, when I was pre-approved, my loan specialist pretty much went over everything, like my income, my past employment history, my credit score, my debt to income ratio to see like what I'll be approved for, what I can afford. Pretty much like all the little like details, we kind of went over that, and from there he pretty much like explained the total funds to close that I would need in order to be able to like officially buy something. So that was like the first thing. I had to have the down payment, I had to have enough money for the closing costs, pretty much everything. And if you don't have that like number to close, well, for me at least, they didn't like move on in the process. So, yeah, I hope that answered the question. So the lender that I decided to go with, you don't need to put 20% down. 3% is fine, so that's what the number that I came out to. And so they included the down payment at 3% while also including all the other costs, like interest rates included, insurance, closing costs, all of that. So yeah. The next question is, what is going to be your first home project? So if you guys watch my empty condo tour, you know that like I don't really have that much work to do in this place, because I feel like what came with the condo that was already like renovated and built is what I like wanted. But the only thing that I'm pretty much renovating right now, my first project, is going to be the balcony. And when you're in a condominium, it's kind of different because you have to follow like the HOA rules pretty much. We're just trying to figure out like what is allowed and what's not allowed. So yeah, my first project will be definitely the balcony area. So the next question that I got was, how long did it take you? So I started looking to buy in November 2022, so it was literally like right after Thanksgiving. So I remember I got pre-approved 2 weeks before I started looking, but because Thanksgiving was around that time, I didn't really put energy into looking at different places. But yeah, it was right after Thanksgiving, that's when I started, and then I didn't find a place until April of 2023. So it took me about like 6 months to find something. But yeah. The next question is, how did you create a plan to save for the deposit? For me, I was living at home for a couple of years before I even decided to like look for a place. So with that advantage, I was able to like save money. Not having too many bills was like easy for me to save money. So pretty much whenever I got paid, like I would just put like a certain amount of money away in my savings every week. I was able to like save money for the deposit. So the next question is, top 3 pros and cons of being a homeowner. So I've only been a homeowner for literally a month now, but I would say a pro is definitely just owning your own property. Like real estate is like a big investment, so I'll definitely be able to like have something that's in my name. Is just a smart financial move for me. So that's definitely a pro. A con I would say is that like, because you own the place, you're responsible for whatever happens in the place. So when it comes to like anything breaking, something not working well, you have to pretty much fix it yourself, versus like being in an apartment, like you kind of have like maintenance to help you with certain things. And I do have HOA, so like My HOA does take care of like mowing the lawn, taking care of the pool, things like that. But like as far as anything inside of my units, I'm pretty much like responsible for. So I think that's a con. So another pro I would say is, you know, similar to my first pro, is that it's an investment. So I pretty much have the ability to like rent out the space if I wanted to and make extra money, or flip it, or I pretty much can do whatever I want because it's like it's my property. Being able to just have that ownership is a really great thing. Another con I would say is that like it's not as easy to just like get up and like leave this place, if that makes sense. So like if I wanted to like get rid of this space, it would kind of be like a process of where I had to like sell it and I have to do like different things to make sure, you know. So I think that process, that end of things, like, you know, it's not as easy for me to just get up and just like leave this place alone, if that makes sense. Don't have as much flexibility as someone who was like renting, who can kind of just like, you know, break the lease and then like get up and like leave, versus like me, I have to go through a longer process for me to like, and paperwork that I have to go through because I actually own the place. My last pro would be, so if I wanted to like renovate the kitchen or renovate, you know, the bathrooms, like I have that freedom to do so. My last con would be taxes, property taxes, all the taxes. I think that's probably my last con, but yeah. My last question is, if I could start over in my house buying process, what would I do differently? Would I have invested into a house sooner? So for me, I think I would have just did more research. I thought I knew about like the home buying process, but like it's like learning about it is one thing, but actually being involved in the process is like another thing. I think if I like actually took the time out to like research more videos and research more things, and then I feel like I probably would have went through this process a little bit more smoother. And I feel like honestly I probably would have found something sooner than I did if I had extra time to like really learn about the process. And I feel like I honestly kind of learned along the way. I mean, everything happens for a reason. I definitely think I found this place like the exact time I was supposed to find this place. Like it happened, you know, in God's timing. But I definitely felt like if I was more like knowledgeable, I think I would have understood things a little bit more clearly, and I would have had more clarity on like how things like operate and work. The last part to that question was, would I have invested into a house sooner? Yes and no. I would have invested into a house sooner, but interest rates were really low in my opinion, because I did buy my my home and rates are pretty much very high. But you know, I feel like I said, everything happens for a reason. Everything happens for its own time. But also, you know, I didn't really become financially secure until this past year, I would say, you know. So it's like, even if I wanted to invest into a house sooner, I wasn't really financially able to do so anyway. Yeah, I think that's all of the questions to my homeowner Q&A. If you guys have any other extra questions, let me know, drop them down below. And yeah, let me know what other videos you guys would want to see for like my homeownership series. My place is slowly coming together. I definitely want to do like home tour or like condo tour when it's like completely finished. I would say I'm like 70% done, I would say. So like we're almost getting there. But yeah, so definitely keep an eye out for the condo tour vlog. But yeah, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys for the next video. Bye.